Okay, we had a quick look at the preview of this, but I have to say I'm very excited. Who would have thought by simply putting together all these basic almost like plastic trees of plastic to create perhaps one of the best toys I've ever seen. So here he is, the real grade Aile Strike Gundam, or just Strike without his backpack. He's just a Strike Gundam. Goodness, it's just such an amazing model when it's finished. First off, we'll talk about the fact that I've only used one set of stickers, which is the eye ones, just up there. You had an option of how to do them, so you had to do the two separate bits or just one. I decided to do the one. As you can see, it turned out quite well. If it will focus, so yeah, you got nice reflective gold eyes. Just zoom out and then just bring them forward a bit. It might focus. There we go. So yeah, oh, come on. There we go. So yeah, that turned out really well. Just incredible. Decided to not have all the stickers on him because I wanted him to be more like the anime accurate version of him rather than the sort of like the real grade one. But goodness me, first off, let's talk about the inner frame. The inner frame is incredible. It's built in such a way that it's just so many moving parts to it, but we'll look at him and the moving parts in a bit. But it's just an amazing, it's hard to believe he's this small and he has so much movability, but we'll talk about him in a minute. But first we're going to have a look at his accessories because they're just as cool as him. So the first thing, because it being the Aile Strike, he comes with obviously his backpack, which has two beam sabers, both on ball joint holders, two adjustable wings, and the two giant thrusters, which are also on ball joints. So that's cool, and that just clips into his back. That's movable, all of it's quite movable. And it's great, not flimsy at all, which is really nice about it. It's quite sturdy when it's together. Two beam sabers with pegs for his hands, told. You do have two blank ones on there. His well-known shield. Wouldn't be a Gundam without one of them. This is pretty cool. You have a handle, and then this pins underneath his arm, so if he wanted he could just have it like that and it sort of freely moves around. So that's cool. Again, the slot is awesome because you can see straight through. His rifle, beam rifle, has an adjustable handle, so it can be held different ways. Has a flip out peg hold. I will admit that the peg, this is quite awkward to get into his hand, but it is worth it. It has a clear, can't know if you can, probably can't see it, but there is a clear bit of plastic right in there, so that's clear. He has fisty hands. I don't know what you would use these for because they're so, you can't really see them, but they're so tight, they don't really hold anything in them. They're kind of like just how they come in on the frame, they're sort of like that. A very small but paintable Kiri Yamato in his flight suit. The stand adapter, so when you get a stand, a Gundam stand, you plug that in. I believe it's this way. And you then just sit your model on top and he'll sit on it. And then, not one, but two pairs of foldable daggers. Alright then. So that's all his accessories. You can hold most of it. It's mostly his beam sabers. He can hold the daggers go in sleeves on his waist guard. The backpack can sit on his back. The shield can sit on his arm. You can hold one beam saber and the rifle if you wanted to. So it's a combination of how you want to display him, but you can't hold everything at once. But you can store quite a lot of equipment on him, which is nice. So let's have a look at him himself. Right then, I've not reviewed it yet, but the Rio bot I was really impressed with because of the way the thing moved like skin. Now this blows that out of the way. If you watch his thigh, I'll move that. Watch how see how the plastic is splitting. Almost like muscles contracting and expanding. That's how awesome that is. See how it's still working. See how it moves here as well with the knee joint. Yeah, I mean that is just incredible for his size. Now he's what, probably a good inch or so smaller than a Rio bot. That's incredible. I mean, it's almost worth just displaying just the frame because the way it moves, it has all these sliding pillars and posts, and the armour is basically laced on top of it, and it's just beautiful to look at, and it has so much articulation. It's just unbelievable. It really is. For something this small to have such articulation is just beyond understanding almost. Right, so if we look at his arm, watch it. See how this bit is moving about just like it would on a person's arm. So it's sort of like got muscles retracting. So he also has a waist. If you watch, see how the middle bit here crunches and sways. See how the sides dip and expand. I mean, that's just for something that's less than, he's like what? He's probably almost 5 inches tall, I would say, roughly. That's just unbelievable. No toy that size is that movable, as far as I know. Not in mainstream toys. And this is a model kit. That's what makes it even more special, is that this can be done to your standard. How you want him to look, what you want him to do, everything. It's all up to you. And that's what's just amazing about it. It's just, there's so much you can do with him, and the frame is so adaptable. Now, his hands, it's going to be hard to show. Maybe easier here, but his hands are completely posable. So you've got a thumb, which can curl. I mean, that's just incredible right there. And his whole hand can curl inwards to form a fist if you want it to. And you can align it all like that. I mean, that is just amazing. It's ball jointed here. Like I said, I don't see much point in having these fist hands, but you know, so yeah, that is just incredible. Right, and for storage, his daggers can go into his side bits here on his skirt. He has these sections here lift up for when you, I think they're an adaptable backpack system, like you know when he gets the sword attachment and the big bazooka one. These lift up to accommodate those extra bits being added on. Oh, I forgot to say he has double hinged elbows there, so they pan out. His skirt is completely ball jointed. These are all completely ball jointed. So are these back ones. His wrists, his legs are completely ball jointed and have a rock. They can go completely flat like that. So he can be in a very cool sort of flight pose. Obviously it exposes the inner frame more, but nothing wrong with that. His head is on 2 points. You got the neck and then the head, so it's like a proper head. I think that's about it. But like I say, these are all on individual moving parts. So there's his shoulder, but the guard sits higher up. Something that's quite amazing, and I didn't even realise that you could do it with it. Do this with this model was. If I can get it open, sometimes it can be a bit awkward. Yep, the cockpit opens, which is just unbelievable. So, if you did want to, just like in the series, you can have him hold Kira at the cockpit, and he is to scale exactly right how he should be. So he could, if in fact there was a painted small one that could sit inside, he would sit inside. And that's pretty awesome, because like basically you just pull this section forward, which moves this forward just enough for you to pull it. And just put that back. There we go. Just incredible. I mean, he's well balanced as well. I mean, there's not much I can say that's bad about this toy. Right, well, let me just quickly show you with the shield. So basically the shield, yeah, it keeps dipping down, there we go. So you've got your handle out, flick that round, that attaches to this point here on the elbow, making sure it focuses on it a bit more, there we go. So just plug it in, open up his hand, straighten all that out, and there we go, he's holding it. Simple as that. His jetpack, there's a hole in the back. Simple as just taking this and plugging it in. I might not all the way in, but it's good enough for just a quick demo. And then in the paw of his hand, it's probably hard to see a little bit. And just inside there, just around there, there's a small gap which these pegs go into. Yep. Which these small pegs go into. Just a matter of just pushing, and then just moving your thumbs and everything around to position it the way you want. I'm not gonna, like I say, it wasn't all the way plugged in, but there we go. But yeah, I'm not going to spend forever trying to pose him, but he is extremely poseable, as you can tell from like just the list of articulation. So then, what can I say? These things are incredibly good. These are incredible value for money. How much is this? It's like £30 maybe. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, depending on where you get it from. I recommend getting them from Gundam Mad, because his prices are probably the best I've seen, and so really competitive. Well, the best prices I know of, because I've had a look around and they're really expensive. But this particular one is incredible. I definitely want to get another strike, perhaps a bigger one, the perfect grade maybe. But whatever. Modelling is one of those things where you have to really get into it. And these snap together kits, and they're incredible. I mean, it just shows how well these kits, snap together ones, have come along from when I originally did a Gundam figure when I was like 12. It was like falling to parts all over the place. But this thing is just beautiful, and it just sticks together so well, and it's just an amazing figure. So I recommend them to no end. Like I said, I got mine from Gundam Mad. That is .co.uk. I'll put a link in the description for the video. But it's just an incredible figure. I recommend the real grades most definitely. I think they do Gundams in that scale. So, but the high grades are extremely good as well. So, but if you want something that's as realistic as you can get and at a really small scale, this is just incredible for a toy this size, to have this much articulation, this many accessories. The fact you build it, customize it, everything like that, it's just amazing. So yeah, definitely recommend picking them up, picking one up, whichever Gundam you choose or whatever scale. I think these are incredible things, and my Gundam collection will probably grow, no doubt. So yeah, amazing. I can't be more excited about this toy. It's just an incredible figure next, and I want to get a stand so I can display him better. But amazing, definitely worth checking them out.